hurt in paying more in taxes. He's been to seminars studying it. You know, he's not particularly partisan, and we know because of the loss of a lot of the deductions that we're going to be paying more in taxes. And we are in the age range where we're between 60 and 65. We're the ones that are getting stuck with these outrageous insurance premiums, thanks to Trump's meddling with the health care bill. So we really don't appreciate getting stuck with more taxes. We're getting deductions taken away, but they're giving deductions permanently to corporations.
Large corporations.
Yes, yeah. And I believe, I sincerely believe we need to have corporate tax reform. We really do. We need to lower the rates, but get rid of the loopholes. Right now, most corporations do not pay anywhere near the stated rate. They pay 2, 3, 4% in taxes. Some of them pay 0 in taxes, and that's outrageous.
Refunds.
Yes, and that's just outrageous.
Corporations getting tax refunds.
We're giving tax breaks to corporations to export jobs overseas. That's so wrong. So they need to work on a tax bill, tax reform, but this is not the right bill. This is just a giveaway to the rich.
I might add to that, my husband and I also own a small business in West Tennessee, and we employ a lot of people, and we're going to have to let some of them go if the taxes go too high. It's just, there's only so much money, and if we're paying more out to the government, we're not going to have it to put in the pockets of other West Tennesseans.
Well, I'm certainly glad you came by.
Now, we all have stories. I'm a retiree, and being a retiree, I'm getting hit both ways, and then I'm getting hit with being a retiree. I'm getting hit being of age. I'm 65 now, and then my health care is costing me the deductibles that I'm getting hit with. And then I have to look at my daughter, who is a young person. She's single, she's working, and she's talking about what she has to pay with her health care, what she's paying with, she's going back to school, she's trying to work on her doctorate and trying to get with the educational fund. So, when you look at young people, how they're getting hit, when you look at the older person, how they're getting hit, so then there's two folds. So everyone who is below $200,000 and less, we just all are getting sucked in. Please.
My husband and I are way below 200,000. We're way below 70,000. We got old faster than we should have, and we're looking at the possibility of just making do with what we have with my Social Security, which they threaten all the time, as if it wasn't something I paid in for. And he's unable to work because of a heart condition, so we just do the best we can. Without the ACA, he wouldn't have insurance at all if it weren't for. And if they restructure everything and we are no longer able to even afford that, he's just going to die. He has a heart problem and he's going to die because he takes medication that we can't afford. One medication that he takes is $600 and some odd a month. And we do get help because we are poor, but we had to look for it. It didn't come find us. I had to go online and look for it.
My grown children, 2 of my 3 grown children are teachers, so we know they're not going to come out well.
They pay for, I lived with a teacher one time, and she paid for more supplies for her classroom, and this was when I was a teenager, which has been a day or 2 ago. Back then, she paid for more supplies than I believe the school system did.
I'm a retired educator. They give us $250 deductible, and I bet you every year I bought $1,000 worth of supplies. That's nothing.
And that's one of the tax cuts, the tax things write-offs that you can accept, whatever it's called, that you can take off. That now they're saying we're not going to do that anymore. You can't deduct that from your taxes anymore.
They're taking away the $250.
Right, and that's what I mean. I mean, you can't. The teachers can't deduct that anymore from their taxes, and students.
If General Electric or any of the big corporations buy paper or paper clips or markers or any of the other supplies that you bought and the other teachers buy for their classrooms, those companies can take those expenses
can.
on. They're the exact same expenses, but Joe and Jane, Middle America teacher can't take those
Can't
off
do
on the
it.
expenses,
It's
but
just
the
not fair.
very profitable corporations can.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Wrong.
And
Time
teachers
out.
are the
Wrong.
Yeah,
among
I
the
used to buy
lowest paid
shoes
people
for
that we
kids,
have.
feeling sorry for them and all
Mhm.
of that. I'm telling you.
Right.
But only I could only deduct $250 a year, and now they're taking that away.
Taking
I
that
had
away.
teachers that used to pass out I come from northern New York. If she saw that children didn't have mittens, they didn't have hats, they didn't have boots, they didn't have
Oh, yeah.
whatever, she paid for it out of her own pocket.
Oh yeah,
To make sure, that was when I think I was in second grade.
many times.
So, and
But
this is a
teachers-
demonstration of the callousness of this bill, to say, we're gonna take people like teachers who are teaching our children, and who that we want to teach our children the right way to act. We want them to teach values, we want them to teach everything they possibly can to our children, but we're going to be so callous that we're going to say, no, sorry, you can't take off that little bit of a tax deduction that you get when you go out and buy the things that our children need that we're not going to supply to them, that our schools aren't going to supply to them. And Tennessee doesn't provide very much money for our students in school anyway. And when the teachers are having to go buy that stuff and they're saying, oh no, sorry, you can't take that deduction anymore, what little bit it is.
Exactly.
It's like, let's just take that little little crumb of bread, and for all you little mice, we're going to take that away from you now. You can't even have that. That reminds me of, what's it, the Grinch? I think, like,
Yeah.
you know, they did. It's like, no, you can't even have that. And then they're taking students in college who are trying to get ahead in life, who want to do better, and they're saying, sorry, if you've got
The society.
right, if you've got student loans, sorry, you can't take that interest off your student loan. You're not going to be able to deduct that anymore.
Exactly.